Well, this is the traveling team for this week.
Superhero.
You're silly. This is the traveling team for this week. We were all over the place. Do you know that we were in the state? We were in the state of Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York. We drive through New York. We were in 4 states. Actually, how do we get back? No, we didn't go the back way. The other way, if you come home from Columbus, if you go from Columbus to the Meadows, you actually go through West Virginia for a little bit also. But we did not go that way. So we visited 4 states in 3 days. Addie and I and Ava, and I was telling somebody today. Yeah.
No, because we're together and Ava has no one to sit with behind her.
Are you crazy? We went. I'll tell you what. This is the kids here. I was leaving. I told you guys this. I was leaving for Kentucky at 4:50 in the morning yesterday. Now they had an option. They could have. Addie, that better be turned off, or I'll take it. They could.
In the box.
Yep, in the box. Give me it.
Yeah.
Give it to me, or I'll take it away for the rest of the ride home. Thank you. In the box. Boom.
I wanted mine in the box.
Okay, yeah. They had the option to go back to Ontario with Amy or come to Kentucky with me, knowing that it was going to be 4.5 hours to Kentucky, 4.5 back. And I didn't even bribe them with the baby horses until we got outside Lexington. Then we were able to go and see all the babies. I think we had 6, right? 6 babies are ours in Kentucky. Man, do they look... It's pretty cute. The green shoe colt of Globe Trottings was amazing. He looks amazing. The one that I thought was the most interesting, because I forgot for some reason he was there, and then I couldn't even remember who his dad was. I had to look it up. My Jazz's colt. He is very cute and a weird color, and he's like weirdly shy. I like him a lot, and you guys know how much. Yeah, you tried to pet him. You guys know how much I love My Jazz and how much respect I had for her, and I'm cheering for her and her Quattro de Julio colt. You may say, what? You guys forget, Quattro de Julio, back when Kings County was firing on all cylinders and was really good, he set the track record in Scioto. And 2 weeks later, it was broken by Quattro de Julio. 51-3, he won that big race. He raced in the Hambletonian. He raced everywhere. He was one of those horses where he sounds familiar, but you can't place him because he raced against so many good horses. He was a very, very nice horse. And Quattro de Julio is the sire of My Jazz's foal. The foals look so cute. I sent a number of the photos to Kelly, but I didn't give her the names of them, so I don't know how she's used them yet. They were corresponding with videos of I think most or all of them. But if you want to go on my Facebook page, you can see them all. You can see them all also. So that was our week together. I was so pleased to spend the time with the girls. And we're on our way back right now. The whole family will be together for the rest of the weekend, and then I have to go back Wednesday afternoon to race at Monday night at Northfield Park. It's just so busy right now, and it's going to continue straight into August, that I take these little victories when I can. And it was so nice, drive or otherwise, to spend the time with my girls yesterday. It was great. Now today, I had just done a video, and I said in my video that sometimes I forget, right? Sometimes you get these big days. You're running to Kentucky, you're training here, you're racing there, and all the races seem like an at-bat in the baseball season. But some of those at-bats are bigger than others. And to race in I was a little apprehensive, to be honest, because as I walked out to drive, time is on my side in the elimination of the Adios. There sits my brother in plain clothes, both Mark and James, and there's Tim Tetrick sitting against the wall. 3 guys that aren't even in the race, and I am. And it was you guys know me. I don't ever want to put myself ahead, right? And it wasn't about me driving, time is on my side. It was more that I know time is on my side. And I just thought in that moment that I was maybe a better fit, to be quite frank. especially from the rail. You have to know the Meadows. From the rail, it's a staggered gate. And if you watch the Meadows predominantly, you'll know how difficult it is to get away well from the gate. So, there was a lot. The only reason there wasn't a ton of pressure was because I was 50-1. We were already the longest shot, one of the longest shots on the board. We weren't expected to do good. So any sort of money, any sort of accolade at all in that race. Look at that car. Isn't that nice? Wow. Any sort of... Oh, you didn't think that was a nice car? It was probably it was an antique.
Which car?
You missed it. You missed it. It was back there.
What color was it?
It was black, but it was an old car. So...
That's not cool, girl.
Yeah, it was a very cool car. Just the stress relief from not being 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 or not knowing that I had to do this, or I may not get in the final. I may let everybody down. Just getting in the final was a win, and getting up for second was icing on the cake, as they say. I was so pleased with the way the horse raced. I said it best. I was talking to, we had a table there. There was Dexter and Tim and James and Mark and I, and Corey Callahan showed up. There was a number of people there. And I walked away and I saw Jason Skinner, the trainer of the Goo Mare that race against Tactical Mounds, and a super cool guy. Seems real chill. And Timmy came in and said, "Geez, your horse race good." And I said, what I like about him the most is that I don't think we've seen the best of Time Is On My Side yet. Which may sound matter of fact or stupid to say. I just think there's more in there. I think we have a better horse. I think we have a bigger engine under the hood, and you're going to see it. The more he gets to race against those types of horses, the more he challenges himself, the better he'll be, I believe. That goes for a lot of athletes. I was just talking to Ollie about that today when it comes to baseball. But yeah, I don't think we've seen the best Time Is On My Side yet, and that's an impressive thought in its own right. Just so pleased with the way things went today for all of you, my partners, and for everybody at the stable. To race in the Adios again, that was a moment where it's a big deal. If you live in Pennsylvania, anywhere around the Meadows, the Adios is everything, right? It's like the jug for people from Ohio. It's like the little, the Gold Cup, little brown jug. It's like the Gold Cup and saucer for me from Prince Edward Island. It means a lot to a lot of people, and although it's certainly not lost on me, it almost was today, right? I didn't realize until I ended up second and I come back in the room that it was a big deal, right? We are going to a big major race, and I don't get to race in many of them. We don't get to race in enough of them just yet. We're on our way. We still got to get there, though. And today was a huge step for us this summer, a quiet step this summer. And hopefully you can all make your way to the Meadows. Ask any of our clients. It's one of the most fan-friendly racetracks on planet Earth, is the Meadows. You have the casino right connected to the back of it. You have 5 or 6 quality hotels up and down the strip, and you have good food in the area. If you want to have a good time next week, then come to the Meadows for the Adios, because it is an awesome time. So that was what took place yesterday and today. I was happy with the way the horses are training. Very impressed with what I'm hearing out of Ontario. The horses are getting close. Gaslight Hall 2.9, Resolve Indeed 2.5, Princess Dream 2.9. Happy with the way all those horses are training down. Captain Incredible 2-1 in a schooler this week. James said, yeah, he was good. I know that James is super subdued with a horse like him, because he doesn't want me to take him until he and Harry believe he's ready. I know exactly what he's up to, and that's fine. I don't want to take the horse till they believe he's ready. And at that point, from where I stand, James can go drive the horse for all I care. I don't need to drive him. But Captain Incredible is very close to being ready to go. Chicago Hall schooled good yesterday. James couldn't go with him. Jody Jameson went with him, said the horse was perfect, did nothing wrong. Scoped him. Now he's schooled on Lasix. Scoped him. Not a drop of blood. So we are definitely going in the right direction with Chicago Hall. Great job by Cindy and Dominic and Danny and everybody connected to Chicago Hall in Ontario. Great job by Jody yesterday, and hopefully it comes to fruition next week. I can't guarantee him the drive. James will likely still be listed on Chicago Hall, and quite frankly, I have no idea where I'm at that night. I'm not even certain what night it is coming up. I think it's next Friday. Next Friday is the Phillies in Scioto, I believe. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But I did want to go over this week, a little recap for you guys. There's no need to go too deep into what's going on. You guys get in-depth videos every day. I enjoy doing them. I enjoy keeping everybody up to date. And when it comes to this week, it's all about what's coming, right? The Adios next weekend, followed 24 and 48 hours later. You guys are in camp, I think. You can come to Kentucky with me if you want, Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, you have camp this week. Mom told me that you and Abby have camp, and then you have something in Northfield Thursday night dance or something. Yes, honey. You have camp. You have camp Monday. You're gonna what?
Miss the last 2 days of camp here because on Thursday I have dance, and then on Friday I'm just gonna stay.
You can stay here. That's fine. And then if you want, we can go. Hopefully, Mom and Ollie and everybody comes over to the Meadows next Saturday, because it will be it will be quite an experience, that's for sure. I've seen it from the stands. I've obviously never been in the Adios, but I know the surroundings are electric. So just the feeling in the air. It's one of those big races for the people here, and I can't wait to be in it, to be honest. Right after the Meadows, we can head right to Kentucky. Sunday, Monday, I believe, is Kentucky, and I don't see there being a way Scotty can drive everything. I hope he can drive Maury. I hope he can drive whoever. But if he can't, I will be there. I'm going to drive Westland Warrior and Grand Slam Dio regardless. I have tendered the papers to Scotty. He's fired for now on those two horses. But I don't think he's going to object at this point. I just want to get those two horses back on track. And what I saw were two horses very capable the other day of training. Westland Warrior, mile in 59 and 4, 2 minutes. And then Grand Slam Dio, mile in 59 and 3, somewhere around the same speed. But the track was very, very deep at that point. And I think they'll both do very well in Kentucky. I don't see why they wouldn't do well in Kentucky. And then, of course, Memento Mori. We're going to take the hobbles off of Memento Mori. We're going to lighten him up front. We're going to change his shoes a little bit. We're going to make some wholesale changes in Memento Mori for his racing here at Lexington. And as I said to Eric, if he's good enough, fine. If I'm wrong and he makes a break, fine. We can eat that, but I don't think I am. And I think that Memento Mori is going to go a big mile in Kentucky. There was a little bit of blood found the other day in his scope, but not the end of the world. Nothing that we can't work with, I believe. And I'm excited to see how this is going to play out in Kentucky. Rosetta will be making her appearance in Kentucky. So will Atrant will be in Kentucky. Atrante, yeah.
No, it was a
we have a lot going on. We have 10 for sure, and I've asked Eric if he can maybe try and hunt down an 11th stall for Militant, and then of course when Captain Incredible does get the green light from Harry and James, we'll need a 12th stall. So at that point, maybe somebody has proven they can't quite do it. They can't quite cut it in Lexington, in which case we'll pivot. But for right now, we have 10 on their way, 2 potentially after, and we'll have to work on what we're going to do to secure those stalls otherwise. And we do have options. If Eric just can't do a horse like Militant, I've come to know a couple of the trainers down there, and there are, I don't know if the fairs are still going. I think there's...
I didn't get to go to any fairs this time.
We'll go to a fair in Ohio. They're far from over. The one in Kentucky, I've never gone to the fairs in Kentucky. But there's some other trainers down there. We're not going to be stuck. If there's a little bit of overflow, we won't be stuck at all. I can assure you of that. So, really excited about next weekend. It's a kickoff. The end of the weekend's a kickoff of Kentucky. Wait, now what's today? Saturday's the 20th. Yeah, it's next Sunday and Monday in Kentucky, I believe. So we have Saturday, the Adios, Sunday, Monday in Kentucky, and everything else that's going on in between. It is going to be a lot of fun in the very, very near future. So let's go back and look at this week, what took place, the storylines, what improvements we're going to make. And the reason I say this is because the first one that jumps off the page to me is Gorgeous Package. This is a filly that made a break, very rare break for her, I'm going to walk back a lot of the things we changed on her, take everything back off of her, and focus on her this week. She's going to be racing in Scioto next Friday night, I believe, is Scioto in the Meadows, the Scioto in Southern Ohio, if I'm not mistaken, for the 2-year-old pacing fillies. Fire and Shine will be there. Foxy Seaside will be there. Now, I had made reference to potentially leaving Foxy Seaside down there with Stacy and Brett, and I fully expect that that's exactly what is going to happen. I just don't think she's going to excel on a half, and I think she has earned a shot to maybe graduate a little bit. I mean graduate by expectation-wise. You know, you don't get to have the baby treatment forever, and hopefully when she gets to Scioto, she excels. The last time she was on a 5/8, she was a winner in 56-1, and I fully expect she'll race good next Friday evening. And then after that, Brett and Stacy will take over the training on Foxy Seaside. Rose Run Alexandra, still impressed with the way she was the other day. Very, very impressive mile from her. Jason said, how do you want to prep her for this week? What do you think? And I said, well, I don't think we deviate. We're not training her on the pace. We'll gallop her. I think on Monday we'll probably gallop her, or even Tuesday, probably gallop her a mile in 2.5, which would be a great mile for her. I can go with her Tuesday morning. I can't go with her Monday. I'll still be in Ontario. And then we had a good race that night also from El Gas No Brakes, pinned in. I wish James had stuck with him this week. I forgot to talk to him about it. He was going to get a beat. James didn't get out with him. Hopefully Tyler doesn't run into the same problem this week. Tyler Jones is going to get an opportunity to drive him. Yo Mister was good, a beat second, but again, held off Locatelli, and we all know Locatelli, quality animal. So I think no concerns with Yo Mister. Brace for Landing was awesome. He's going to find an even tougher challenge this week in the preferred. I think I'm comfortable in saying he's not going to win on Monday. But a good stretching for him. You know, he's on the top of his game. He's brimming with confidence. Fine, let's see what you can do. I can't wait to see him stretched out this week to see how he feels. And he shouldn't spend very much time in the preferred. There's no need for that. We have options with him even in Ontario. So a little bit of a stretch out for him this week, and then back to the daily grind, so to speak. Back to the commoners of next week. Born to Dance raced good and was sold this week, and Great Bet also raced good leading up to this week, but was a beaten 5th, 6th, 7th, something like that. We couldn't scope it because it was late at night, but I think I'm safe in saying that he was a little bit sick, and the week off this week will definitely help him. He'll bounce back next time out. Now, that was our Monday. We didn't race anything on Tuesday. We had some qualifiers that were impressive in the Meadows on Tuesday, and then Wednesday was a train wreck. You know, I would love to come on here and just talk about how great everything is every day, but what goes up must come down. I keep saying that, and the fact that we only had one bad day this week, or what feels like one bad day this month, means we're off to a flying start to the summer. And I'm not going to go into any sort of detail. I think you guys know you guys have read the postmortem on Wednesday. It was terrible top to bottom. The only shining lights, I guess, Patrick DeBrano raced good in a 5th from the outside. I Don't Play Nice, I thought, raced well. George of the Jungle was adequate in finishing 2nd, and everybody else was poor. So, she was flat. Lonely Lakewood was flat. Cadeau made a break. Bluebird ended up coming up sick. I'm going to have to talk to...
You need to change his name.
You can't change names after they start racing. Bluebird Tuxedo Hill was sick again last week. That's becoming a problem. So we're going to have to face that head on this week. Does that mean that we... what are the chances she's not sleeping? She's quite the shipper. Bluebird Tuxedo Hill has been sick quite a few times this year, and I think it's becoming an issue. And at this point, with what is clearly a compromised immune system, it may be time, and I haven't talked to the vet about it, but it may be time just to say, you know what, here's a well-bred 2-year-old. Let's not run him into the ground and just ensure that he's no good. Let's give him an opportunity for his body to recuperate, his body to recuperate, and his immune system to get stronger on its own. and maybe shut him down. I don't want to do that. It was not something I thought would happen this week, but when I look at this horse with a white count of 14, going on maybe the 5th or 6th time, he's been significantly sick. Like, he's eating, he seems fine, but he's not fine. So it may be time to pull the plug on him, but we'll see. By pull the plug, I mean turn him out. I'm certainly not giving up on a horse this well-bred that trots this nicely and is clearly an unhealthy horse right now. I'm not going to give up on a horse like that, but I am going to say it may be time to see the field. We'll see. Then Thursday came along, and everything was right again, wasn't it? Series Dragon, 2nd in 51-4, raced great. A Trant was a winner in 58. Rosetta raced great. They were 1-2. They were 1-2 and looked good and ready for landing. Just so pleased with the way this horse has come around. So pleased with what I've seen from Ready for Landing. I think we're still scratching the surface on his talent. I don't think he has any idea how good he is. The hobbles need to come off at some point. One of these days he's going to draw the outside. We're going to take the hobbles off. I'm going to race him at the Meadows. I just don't think he needs them anymore. But man, he was awesome the other day racing. Very, very pleased with him. And then again, finished out the day with 2 horses that raced well. Kenobi raced well to finish 4th. Purple People Eater, best race of her life, 56 flat, 28-3 in a 5th place finish. You can't falter for that. Friday, so-so. JK Victory took him back. No good. Collector, first over, off 2 weeks. Same. Watch Your Mouth. Raced good. That was a good mile from him, finishing 5th and 54 flat, coming first over to do it. And then, of course, we arrive on today. Blue Ventura, 54 and 129 seconds, raced as good as he could. That should be enough to secure you a winner's circle photo in the Stallion Series. Unfortunately, it was not today. And then Time Is on My Side. Again, just, was I shocked? No, but I was so pleasantly pleased that this horse showed up today. I just think the way that we've managed him, one, has opened up avenues for a lot of our horses moving forward. The fact that we now can race December into January, February, shut them down, bring them back. Their schedule, especially in Pennsylvania, allows for another short break, and then a horse like Time Is on My Side come out. His second start back off a little layoff, 150 flat, 26-2 on the end of it, finishing second to a horse he was just outmatched with. Captain Albano has been in every major stake race in North America this year and last, and for him to come out and race the way he did against a horse like Captain Albano was no threat, but raced incredibly well. Just very, very pleased with what he's done and how he has done it. I won't stop saying how happy I am and how pleased I am with the way the stable has been performing this year. Our stake horses across the board, whether it be in Pennsylvania or Ohio or Kentucky or Ontario or wherever, have been above and beyond what we could have asked for. No, I guess truthfully, as your partner, not above and beyond. It's exactly what we asked for. But as a trainer who never got to race those types of horses, and now as a partner of yours, working with all of our trainers, it's a great feeling to know that we have the kind of horses that belong in the Adios. Even though he was a long shot today, he won't be 40-1 next week. You know, he's not ever going to be expected to beat Captain Albano, but I would argue that he was probably the 3rd most impressive or 4th most impressive horse heading into the final of the Adios. Sure, that rally from David Miller's horse was incredible, but the reason he had to rally is he's rough-gated, they say. He's prone to getting out of gear. He's not going to race in a 6 or 7 horse field next week. It's going to be 9. And, you know, does David Miller, being David Miller and the Hall of Famer he is and deserves to be, does he have him in a perfect spot? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe Captain Albano doesn't show up as good next week. Maybe James's horse gets roughed up a little bit. Who knows? But that's why we race the horses. And if I get a great trip and they don't, would it be super shocking to see Time Is on My Side walking into the winner's circle? No, I don't think so. I don't think he's the Leo. I don't think he's the long shot that everybody pegged him as being today. I think he showed up in a big way. Fastest last quarter in his division, 1 mile and 50 flat. With a little luck and a great trip, the racing gods on our side, who knows what happens. That's just the start of it. And then we got Kentucky the next day and the day after. It is going to be one great weekend. I don't know how they're going to finish. I don't know what's going to happen. But I can tell you one thing. It's going to be one hell of a time over the 72 hours that will take over the next weekend into Monday. So, with that, I'm going to let you go. Addie is now fallen asleep completely. And if I know her right, she will be asleep until we get to the Canadian border. Ava, my co-pilot, is here with me, and we had a great time the last 3 days. And it'll be nice to join up with Amy and Ollie and just relax for as long as we can until we can't any longer. So it's been a great summer. I hope to keep it going. I hope you guys are having a lot of fun because I certainly am.